Hello, everyone. We are live, and this is another interview with the graduate interview with a Jae Shetty Certified Coach. I know that it is morning in the US for most of our audience members, and I also know it's afternoon in the UK. So I'll give you a couple of minutes to tune in before we dive right into the interview and right into the content. But you know that every week I bring to you one of our amazing graduates, amazing alumni to share their story with you. And also, this is a great time and a great opportunity for you to ask a coach any question. So I would encourage you to ask any questions in the comments while we are going through the interview, as again, when are you going to have a coach answering your questions in real time? Make sure you make the maximum out of this opportunity. My guest today is Jae Bowman, and he is a Jae Shetty Certified Coach specializing in wellness. Jae, I'm excited. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Medina. It's great to be here.
I am honored because I know that you are doing this interview with us from your brand new office. And I know that this is an exciting new beginning. This couldn't have happened at better time. So why don't you start by telling us your story and how and when did you decide to become a coach?
Yeah, no, thank you. I am in our new office here in Burlington, Vermont. I'm opening an outpatient addiction treatment center here in Burlington, Vermont. It's kind of the journey I've been on. Becoming a coach. It's more like coaching chose me. I think I've been in the construction industry for quite a while, but I've also been on my own recovery path and in my own personal development path. And I just got tired of trying to make something feel right. And so when all of the COVID situation hit, I decided to change it up a little bit. And I'd been following Jae Shetty for a while, and I saw that he had a school and that it would fit right in. I'm a graduate of a Buddhist university, and I've always wanted to kind of tie that into my life in the outside world. And so it's been really exciting to see someone like Jae doing something similar and then getting an opportunity to become a coach and now bring that coaching from wellness and personal development and tie that in with people's recovery in our soon to be treatment center in the next couple of weeks.
Jay, I love your niche. And also, I think that there has been never a better time, if I may say so, to actually offer this kind of personalized help. Can we expand a little bit on this? Why such a choice of the niche, and why not just to go with general life coaching? Why exactly serving this audience?
Yeah, so the original niche of wellness and personal development for me has been, if you're not healthy, what's the point? If you're not living a healthy life, you're not experiencing health, and not just physically fit, but spiritually, emotionally. Then how are you going to enjoy the things that we encounter in life? How will you show up? And we probably won't be present for it anyway. So that's the wellness aspect. The personal development side is just about if you're not growing, you're probably going backwards. I know that's true for me. So combining two of my passions is how I came to that niche. And that will be incorporated into, a lot of the recovery coaching I'll do here at the treatment center. We will be really excited to help people build those life skills and the tools and be able to live a life post addiction, hopefully, and the ability to be able to show up in the world and build some resiliency, and be able to look at wellness and be able to look at personal development instead of just trying to survive.
I love that, Jay, and I think that's really noble because very often we overlook these segments, let's say, of the society, and we don't realize how much help is actually needed there and can be provided, especially with the help of coaching.
Yeah.
And I know that one of the things that has been really, really interesting about your coaching journey is that right now you are also working not only as a coach, but also as an entrepreneur, if I may say so, as a founder. What are the
Yep.
challenges you are feeling combining these two hats, as our supervisor Chris Hawkins say?
Yeah, it's very interesting. I think I first threw on the entrepreneurial hat building a coaching business. After the Jae Shetty School was like, well, what do I do? How do I figure this out now? And there is some good support through the Jae Shetty School about how to start the business and what to do. But there's also some things that you just got to figure out. There is no book that exactly says how Jae Bowman should start a coaching business. So, there's been the entrepreneurialism there, and then that has led into a lot of the founding of this treatment center. A lot more pieces to the puzzle in a treatment center, to say. But, combining the coaching with the entrepreneurialism really is taking my own suggestions, the things that I tell everyone else to do, and building habits and taking time to spend with your partner and exercise and, do the things that tend to come up when working with other folks is like, oh yeah, I need to be the one doing those things. I need to implement those into my life. I need to eat breakfast. Like those simple things that and when I get busy, can seem to forget, is just a reminder of like, oh, when I'm coaching, what would I tell someone else to do? So that's been actually really helpful.
Absolutely. I absolutely love that explanation, because our life is all locked in simplicity, right? And
Right.
sometimes we make it complicated, but sometimes it's really about the simple things and simple changes. And I love how you're explaining that, Jay. Now, thinking about your coaching practice and your first coaching session, I love asking this question. Can you remember your first coaching session as a coach, and how did that feel like for you?
Yeah, so first coaching session as a coach, not one of my supervised sessions. It was actually a returning someone that I use for practice hours ended up hiring me as a coach. Um, and yeah, I can remember very clearly. I just was trying to treat it like I was still practicing, practice hour supervision. Because if that was successful enough to have someone hire me, then I don't think I needed to change too much. And so much of us, we create this story in our head or have this experience in our mind of, now I'm a coach, now I have to be perfect. Let's figure this whole thing out, when it's like, do what works. How did you get here? How do we show up? It's not going to be perfect. And that's okay. And just being able to navigate the first session like you would any other session. There wasn't a big difference in my experience. It was another person that was seeking my support, my coaching, and I just needed to treat them with, the kindness and compassion that I would any other time. So it was really humbling in a lot of ways, because I thought it would be this big event and, they were just going to Venmo me all sorts of money. But it was just a session, and I was able to provide the support that they needed. And it led to, I coached them for 5 months, and just slowly kind of eased away from that, give them a break, transition out. My wife is 9 months pregnant, and I'm opening a treatment center. So it all kind of naturally separated.
Wow, Jay, that is a lot of changes. Becoming a coach, opening a center, being a founder, an entrepreneur, building your business, and then a 9 months pregnant wife. Congratulations, Jay. That is absolutely
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah. Hey, if you're going to do it, you might as well go all the way, right? So, I'm just excited to have these opportunities in my life. It's a blessing. I think so much of what we get in life is just being able to show up and be present. And I've managed to find a way to be able to show up consistently over time, and it's put me in this position, and I couldn't be, more grateful. It still has its challenges, and you're sleepy sometimes, but it's a beautiful gift.
It's a beautiful gift. And this is a wonderful way to end that statement, or the answer to that question. And what has been your biggest gift in your journey of becoming a coach? How did that change you personally?
Yeah, so I think me as a person, uh, the idea of becoming more interested than interesting, is kind of a saying that comes in. Like, when you're a coach, it's not about me improving everyone's thoughts about me. Or making me interesting. It's about being interested in other people, which I think personally is really helpful just in any relationship, whether it's my wife or it's a friend or someone on the street. If I can be more interested in other people than I think I am interesting, it's really helpful for them to feel connected, for them to feel okay. And then probably a couple other things would be, as a person single tasking, we talk about multitasking currently, and the present day. And for me, it doesn't work. If I'm trying to do three things, I might get two of them done all right, but I won't get all three of them done, and I won't do them well or properly. So one thing I learned from the school and single tasking and slowing down has been really beneficial for me personally. And then, yeah, I think providing some confidence and clarity in my life of who I am and what I do and what I'm passionate about has been really, really big. And then, if I look at how it's helped me grow as a coach, helping people build awareness, finding awareness. Where do you start? What happens? And then from that, everything we all have the answers inside of us, right? So if I can show up and ask the right questions and guide them in the right way, then they will know what habits they need to build to get to the big goals that they want to get to. So if I can be interested in them, if I can find some awareness, help them find some awareness, we can push people to succeed instead of push people away.
I love that. And one sentence that you have said is just not leaving my mind. You said becoming a coach made you less interesting, or aim for being less interesting and be more interested.
Mm-hmm.
I love that sentence. And I think so many times I ask this question and everybody answers it differently. And that's a beauty about all of us being unique. But the way you described it, it's so selfless.
Yeah, I mean, I think one of my biggest struggles in life, and probably a lot of people can relate to this, is I'm not much, but I'm all I think about. It's this idea that everything in the world is centered around me. What can I do? What can I get? How can I become more important? How can people like me? Is just the center of my existence for a long time. And frankly, over time, it didn't work. There's so much more to life than myself. And there's a lot more value and fulfillment in being involved in other people's lives or being interested in other people's lives, whether that's community service or helping a friend move or just giving someone a phone call, and I didn't have those skills years ago. I thank a lot of my journey in recovery and sobriety for that, and the people and mentors that I've had that have helped me learn those practices. But, when I work with clients now, I have clients come to me unfulfilled. They're very successful people. They make a lot of money. They have, all the things that they want, but they're like, something's missing, and a couple times we've gotten to the place of realizing, what do you do for anyone else? What's going on outside of your little world? And some people have started volunteering in a soup kitchen, and some people have just wanted to take a walk with their partner. And over time, getting out of ourselves does really help us. That's idea of selflessness, and the funny paradox that I always get to is that, the most selfish thing we can do is be selfless, because I'm actually getting so much out of it, but I'm helping someone else, but I'm really getting a lot out of it. So I'm full of those little sayings and paradoxes. So excuse that.
No, I think that's beautiful, Jay. And again, there are certain things and certain sentences that you are saying, and I'm like, I recognize a Jae Shetty coach, in those sayings when you are saying there is so much more in life than just me, right? And being centered around me. I think that's very wise and very selfless again. Well, Jay, let's talk about where you are today, what kind of clients you work with, and most importantly, which results are your clients getting from your coaching relationship?
Yeah. Where I am today, I have Beyond Comfort Coaching. The name of the coaching company that I started is Beyond Comfort Coaching. We're on Instagram, and I have a website and all that sort of stuff. And I don't spend as much time marketing Beyond Comfort Coaching at the moment as a result of, this next entity that we've started with the treatment center. I have clients in 3 different states in the US and 2 clients in the UK. So, all of my clients are word of mouth referrals. I work with anyone from a 16-year-old male to a 60-year-old female. I've got 3 people probably in their 30s that I work with, single and parents of multiple children, entrepreneurs and managers. So I can't say like, hey, I work with 20 to 30-year-olds that are struggling with self-image. I'm working with a different group of people. I think the right people are led into my path and me into theirs when it's fit. But I will be focusing a lot on recovery coaching through the treatment center and incorporating wellness and personal development for people in recovery. But yeah, I mean, I always provide obviously the free discovery session call. Typically I'll do a free first session and we can really see if we align. It's not always perfect for everyone. And that's great. I'm not going to be able to help and save everybody, but I typically can lead them in the right direction of either another coach or another service, which is what we're here for. We want people to get the help that they need and want. And if that's not me, then I don't take that personally.
I love that, Jay. Before you're going to tell us where to find Beyond Comfort Coaching and how to get in touch with you, I want to invite everyone who is watching to ask your questions to Jay. Drop it in the comments, because I think after we heard Jay's story and we understood what kind of coach he is, I probably think you definitely want to ask him something, because if I was in the audience, I would totally ask you tons of questions. So I'd like to hear a lot more about what you've said. And tell us about the platforms that our audience can get in touch with you with. Is it your website? Is it your Instagram? Let's share with our audience your links.
Yeah, all of the above. So I have a website, beyondcomfortcoaching.com. I can put that in the chat room. And then the handle on Instagram is Beyond Comfort Coaching. Both of those you can contact me on. And if you wanted to skip that process and go straight to an email, beyondcomfortcoaching@gmail.com. It goes directly to my inbox, and now I set up times and have all sorts of discussions with people through that. So yeah, those are probably the 3 best ways: Instagram, website, or email.
Awesome. So I invite you to visit Jay's website, and that is beyondcomfortcoaching.com. You also can follow Jay on Instagram, and that's Beyond Comfort Coaching as well. Make sure that you write down those handles, or just go and follow him right away, right during this interview. Do not wait. Now, Jay, would you like to tell us a story? And this is my new question that I ask my graduates on the interviews later. Do you have a story about the client, since you began coaching, the client that have taught you a lot during the coaching relationship, perhaps the most, the client who you will never forget?
Yeah, I'd say I've had a couple clients that I will never forget, which is again a gift. I would say that I could probably tell 2 quick stories. One is a client who actually I went to school with many years ago. He is a very successful guy, and his drive to get 1% better every day, is kind of, we both have heard that tagline. That's kind of been a theme of our relationship with each other. He wasn't coming in for business success or business coaching or anything like that. And so it was really about creating this platform for him to be able to thrive, just adding little habits and little things, one piece at a time. And he, has learned, or is learning, another language while running a business. He's exercising every day. He's volunteering once a week. He has since brought his partner in to volunteer with him once a week. And these are just little things that take 10 or 15 minutes in the morning, or the volunteering once a week. He says it takes about an hour and a half. And he has taught me a lot just about really how impactful taking 5 or 10 minutes in the morning to do your reading, or to write a journal, or to, do 20 push-ups instead of nothing, whatever it has been for him, has been really helpful for me to kind of reaffirm the power of doing little things every day. If you look at getting 1% better every day in a year, that's 365% better. How many people can genuinely say that they're over 3 times as good as they were last year? that's been really helpful for me. And then just another guy that uh, came in with just so much fear, was unwilling to kind of take on responsibility, and in 5 or 6 months is now co-owner of a pizza shop that his mom started that he's taken over. He has gone through multiple surgeries and been able to stay present and connected with his partner. And it's just being able to see that change from someone that's so intimidated and irresponsible to having confidence and being responsible and showing up. And the funny thing is that he couldn't even see it. He couldn't even see it happening until we were 4 months in, and he was like, yeah, I just feel kind of stuck. I'm trying to start another business. And I was like, hold on. Do you see what has happened? And we sometimes can be really successful and not even know it. So I think the other great thing is just being able to help people see that they really are growing and changing, and they might not see it, but the smile on their face when you tell someone, do you realize you've done this, has been life-changing for me as well.
I love those two stories, and it sounds like you really work with fantastic people, and really, really inspiring transformations are what you create together, Jay. Really, really proud of you and glad to hear that. Frida, one of our alumni, has tuned in to support, and she has a question. When you meet your future self in 10 years and he will congratulate you then, what would you say? Or what would he say? Sorry.
When you meet your future self in 10 years and he will congratulate you, then what would he say? I think best thought really is, you're not done yet, is the first thing. He would say that it's not over yet. But it's really, I guess, something that I have to work on, that I would see my future self saying is, continue to give yourself that break. It's like you show up, you do the work, but take the moment to enjoy it. Take the moment to be present and see what you've done. Listen to what the people say. When someone gives you a compliment or a criticism, say thank you, and just slow down enough, because I still can see myself, rushing a little bit or trying to get too much done. And so my future self would tell me to probably slow down a little bit and enjoy the peach that I'm eating, or really take in what people are saying, probably would come to mind.
Well, I wasn't expecting any less of an answer from you, Jay. It was absolutely beautiful. I like how Brendan is taking quotes, out of your interview, and he just keeps taking truly the best. Brendan, I also think that some of those wisdom drops are absolutely inspiring, and I know that a lot of people from our audience who are watching live and will be watching on replay can really benefit from this wisdom. So, Jay, I want to dive a bit deeper and ask you about the parallel process. I wonder if you believe in the parallel process as a coach. So the parallel process in coaching says what we hold within ourselves as structures, mirror in the others that we meet or we coach. Do you believe in this parallel process?
Yeah, I do. I think it's a very powerful process. I can tell you that one of the things that one of my clients has said to me, it's actually on my website in a testimony, that my client said, Jay would not ask me to do anything that he isn't willing to do himself. And so that's kind of the first thing that comes to mind when you say that. Not that I have to do everything that I suggest other people to do, but I think me living that way, me being inspired to change or grow or help or do whatever, people can feel that in an exchange. And I think a lot of people want to do that. And so parallel, yeah, just being able to see them kind of want to embody some of those things or take them on, or even if it's a different thing, they want to have excitement or confidence or success in a different way. If I'm able to kind of help cultivate that in myself and cultivate that in them, I think there is a parallel process, but I could be completely wrong with that assumption.
No, I think you've answered that beautifully. And speaking about the success that you've mentioned, Jay, speaking about you, what is the ultimate success you could hope for as a coach?
Ultimate success, I think just the ultimate success is just being referred to people, right? People have enough growth or success themselves, that they either want to continue on or that they would suggest me to someone else is probably an ultimate success. I think being able to keep going through this process of opening the treatment center, which was really a product of becoming a coach, that would be a big success to be able to have this entity, this treatment center, be helpful and successful and really be an integral part in this community in Burlington, Vermont would be a massive success from the coaching journey, and being able to coach people as part of their treatment would be a big piece of success as well.
I love that answer. And another question from the audience from Nicole. What is your view on major difference between being male and female coach who has impact on clients?
If I'm understanding the question correctly, I actually have a coach myself. I don't think we can be a coach without a coach. My coach is a female, and there is an energy in her that is very inspiring to me, and she kind of can help ground me sometimes, bring me back. I think one of the big things, I wake up pretty early in the morning. That's something that I enjoy, and get a lot out of. And she has been helping me slow down. So I think the major difference is just there's a grounding piece sometimes that I find more in my experience with female coaches than male coaches, to slow down instead of let's get more productive. Let's create more. Let's do more. Let's build success. It's more like, hey, slow down, enjoy your success, take a break. Don't wake up at 4 o'clock every day of the week. Maybe you take one day a week where you sleep in, those sorts of things. I don't think that it's not that a male coach can't do that. I just think innately, probably because she's a mother. But, that's something that I've seen as a big difference, is just because it doesn't mean slowing down or taking it back means we're any less productive or any less successful. For me, it actually means I'm more productive, and it means that I'm more fulfilled because I'm able to kind of see what's happening. It seems like a small answer to such a large question, and I would be remiss to say that there wasn't more that would impact that. But in my experience, that's something that I've really gotten just out of my firsthand experience of having a female coach. Has been really helpful for me. And male coaching, I think I'll leave it at that. But it's there's a lot in that. I think we could probably have an hour discussion on that.
I love the way you answered that question too, Jay. And unfortunately, as we have to wrap up, I'm going to ask you one last question, and that is, what is unique about your coaching approach, Jay, and what makes you different from the other wellness coaches?
Yeah. So, what makes me unique is that I'm not a guru, and I'm not going to be the person that's giving all of the answers. I think probably that wouldn't set me apart. Hopefully most coaches are looking to do that and not provide answers. But I do tend to help people discover what it is they're really looking for, through just their own questioning, through the building awareness. And I think probably the biggest piece is just my constant looking at or focusing on the daily things, the small things, the things that we can control, and being able to work on those to create bigger change. It's the little lifestyle hacks and lifestyle changes that we can kind of implement into our life that that really I see consistently with every client I've ever worked having a massive impact on their life. And I'm just here to support them in those little changes and how it resonates with each person.
Jae, when we're doing changes, especially when it comes to our lifestyle and wellness, and especially fitness, of course, the biggest point is motivation.
Mm-hmm.
2021 is around the corner. Everybody will start buying gym memberships, thinking
Yeah.
that if they pay, they're gonna go for it. On the 1st January, maybe they're gonna go for the first time, take a couple of selfies. On the 11th of January, motivation will drop, and by 25th of January, other priorities are going to kick in. What is your advice for us for 2021 to make sure that our routine, wellness, and lifestyle goals actually are happening and not lost after the first week of 2021?
Yeah, two things come to mind. The first one is why. Why do you want to get fit or lose weight or gain 10 pounds of muscle, whatever the difference is for each person? Why is that important to you? Why are you doing that? And what are you going to get out of it, or what are the people around you going to get out of it? So remembering that, writing that on your mirror, writing that on your wall, having reminders in your phone, having that why be at the forefront. And then the second piece is, instead of trying to lose 30 pounds in 30 days, make something more attainable and reasonable, and have a goal that goes to a certain time frame. So Jae Shetty School talks a lot about SMART goals, but having some goals that are attainable and reasonable, that are really going to be able to show growth over time. And then, as I said, that the third piece came in is fall in love with the process. Trust the process of doing the things constantly over time, and instead of being focused on the scale or whatever it is, fall in love with the process of going to the gym and eating well and spending time with loved ones and those things. So if we can enjoy the process, the goals come naturally.
Thank you, Jae. So let's remember all why we started, and also let's trust the process. And today with us was Jae Bowman, a Jae Shetty Certified Coach and a wellness coach. Do not forget to follow Jae on Instagram. His handle is right on the screen. It's Beyond Comfort Coaching. His website is just the same, beyondcomfortcoaching.com. I encourage you all to follow Jae, and at least if you're looking for a coach, I really recommend that you get in touch with Jae and at least get to a discovery session, which is free, and you can discover whether that could be a great fit, whether Jae could be a great coach for you. Jae, I thank you for your wisdom, for your time, and I could not be more proud to call you a Jae Shetty Certified Coach and an alumni of our school. Thank you for all the service that you do for your clients.
No, thank you so much for the opportunity. Thank you to the school. And, it's just an honor to be here. And hopefully someone hears this and gets something out of it. So thank you so much.
I'm sure they will. Thank you, Jae, and thank you everyone for tuning in. Do not forget to come back here on Monday, as I will be bringing another Jae Shetty Certified Coach to share their story with you. Everyone have a great day. Have a great day, Jae. See you again inside the alumni community.
Thank you very much. Take care.
Take care. Bye-bye.